Jerry Lawler, I said it last week, and I'll say it again this week. It's time for a new top dog around the USWA, and after today, oh, it ain't no threat. It's a promise. Double J is the new top dog.
You know, Jeff Jarrett, you had 1 hour this past week to get the job done, and you came up just a little bit short. I know you've been hoping, you've been praying, you've been dreaming of someday wearing this unified World Heavyweight Championship belt around your waist. Just like I told you last week, there's only one thing standing in your way. There's only one thing keeping you from doing that, and that's me. And I know you didn't dream that I had an hour-long match left in me, but I got another one today if you want it, pal.
Coming up today here on USWA Championship Wrestling, a special time limit for TV time, Unified World Heavyweight Title match. Right here today on USWA Championship Wrestling, referee Frank Morrell, the official referee for this bout, introducing the challenger, making his way into the ring now, coming in today at a weight of 233 pounds, out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, Double J, Jeff Jarrett. And his opponent, coming to the ring area, the current holder of the Unified World Heavyweight title, coming in at a weight of 235 pounds, wrestling out of Memphis, Tennessee, the champion, the king, Jerry Lawler. Frank Morrell, the official referee, a special television time as the Unified World Heavyweight title is on the line right here today. Over to my buddies Lance Russell and Dave Brown.
Okay, Corey, the senior referee of the USWA, Frank Morrell, assigned to this Unified World Heavyweight title as Lawler defends against Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Going to be a good one, Dave.
Oh, it should be. Let's right off the bat do a disclaimer and a technicality, though. When you have a special match like this one, we have commercial breaks we'll have to get in. We may cut away from time to time, but then we'll be rejoining everything as we come back. That is, you know, we'll just see how things develop as the time goes on. With a special TV time limit, and especially considering past history, this one could go a long time.
We have standby matches scheduled in the event that there is some time left over, but we're planning on devoting, based on the experience of these guys, we're devoting the rest of the show to watching this Unified World Heavyweight title. Lawler and Jarrett. Woo!
You know, last time they went a full hour, and the match ended in a draw, and I was thinking, you know, of what a battle these guys went through and how unsatisfying with that there was no winner. But then I got to think about it. Actually, there was a winner, and I guess you would have to say the winner was Lawler because he retains the belt. He is still champion. Now Jeff Jarrett has to figure out what he is going to do to take that belt away. You've got to beat the king in order to get the belt.
Wondering if Jeff has, following up on your train of thought there, Dave, if Jeff has thought of anything new. We'll be finding it out here as this match goes along. Both able, Jeff. Interestingly enough, Lawler was the idol for Jeff as he was growing up and watching it. And this is more of that old theme of teacher-pupil type thing, Dave.
Well, and also for me, of course, of seeing both of these guys from the beginnings of their career develop into the world caliber wrestlers that each has become over the years. Now to have them in the ring right here with a world title on the line is quite exciting.
Backdrop as Jarrett came out of the turnbuckles and Lawler put him over and down on the back. Remember this, every time that he hits there, you wonder if it's going to re-trigger that injury that put him out of action. And the reason why he was forced to give up the title was because it was determined he was going to be unable to wrestle within the 30-day time period, which proved to be exactly true. And of course now Jeff has to come back in. But to the credit of the king, Dave, he said, day that he is ready, he gets first crack back at that title after Jerry had picked it up in that tournament.
Absolutely, and then to come back just not that many days later, the King had 30 days to sign a challenge, to sign a defense, rather, and to give Jeff yet another rematch after the 1 hour time limit just a few days later. Again, shows what kind of champion he is.
The pride flows deep within the King, as I think you said it was right after that draw that they had. There was really no satisfaction out of it. It's like that old line, it's like kissing your sister, and neither one of them came away with much satisfaction out of it. And so the King said, yeah, I'll give you a rematch, and here they are, right in our studios on program number 1001. What a way to kick off the second 1,000.
That's true. They come off the middle of the ring. Lawler comes up with the left hand. Caught Jeff Jarrett by surprise. Jeff got out of the ring. Lawler grabs him before he can get too far away, pulls him back in. Lawler dumps him over the back. Jeff Jarrett holding onto the small of the back, over to the ropes, leans outside. Referee Frank Morrell tells Lawler to back away from him. What about the fist, says Jeff Jarrett. Frank Morrell warns Lawler about it.
Warning from both of the wrestlers from the referee. Keep the fist open. I'm not really sure that's going to do a whole lot of good.
I'm not either. I mean, you know, when the action gets going and the world title is on the line, you may see a fist fly from either side.
King backing Double J into the ropes. The referee calling for a break. Lawler reaches up, grabs the arm, puts it across, misses with that swinging clothesline, but Jarrett does not. He tagged the champion solid, put him down on the mat, and Lawler takes refuge back in the corner to get himself righted here for just a moment. Jarrett, realizing that he's got a little advantage going, trying to move right in on him. Now they're back out toward the center of the ring.
When one wrestler has the momentum, he wants to keep the momentum. Sort of like a basketball coach that'll call timeout at an appropriate time to break the momentum the other team has going. That's what Lawler was doing right there.
Whoa. From our vantage point here, and we had a good one because that angle was turned right toward us. Jeff Jarrett reached up and grabbed the hair and jerked Lawler right off his feet. Well, it's kind of like the fist, Dave. Like you said, whatever it takes, that's what we may be seeing.
Yeah, I think ideally we would like to see no rules violated. The fact of the matter is you got a couple of rugged wrestlers here, both, let's be honest, who know how to violate a rule or two.
Right.
And the world title, the big one, is on the line.
Oh, Lawler, without a question of a doubt, grabbed the blonde locks of Double J and jerked him right off the feet. And you can hear the crowd responding as Lawler says, who, me? As a matter of fact, Dave, I'm going back to a statement you made just a moment ago. I don't know, maybe we'd like to see a rule, just a little one, violated every now and then. And a little excitement in there.
Well, I tell you, that one almost brought the crowd to their feet when that one happened.
Yep.
They were watching closely. Lawler has a fist doubled up. Jeff Jarrett remembers getting hit by a fist a little bit earlier in the match, so he leaned outside the ring. I heard him yell at Frank Morrell, hey, watch for that fist.
And as Dave said, we'll be taking breaks throughout the remainder of the program today, however long it goes. And we'll be returning to this championship title match as Lawler trying to get Jarrett to get out at a little test of strength. He accepts, and he turns it over, and there's that fist he was looking out for. Had one hand tied up and lashed him with his.
I think a little misdirection there by Jerry Lawler. That's twice he's hit him with a left fist. I think Jeff is expecting to be hit by a fist. He would expect to be hit by that right hand, but Lawler is popping him with a left when Jeff thinks he has the right hand tied up.
He is so well known for that big pounding right hand. And it's really, we've talked about this before. Everybody, well, most of the older fans know that Jerry Lawler is a superb artist. And his hands are not really that big. but boy, they are connected to a straight line right to that shoulder and down to the foot, and he knows how to throw a big punch. Look at Jarrett talking about big punches. Lawler takes him out and bulldogs him right down in the middle of the ring. The King got fed up with those rights coming in from Jeff.
Jerry was just about in trouble. He took matters into his own hands. We've been talking about having to take a break. Let's do that right now while there's a little bit of a lull in the action. We'll be back with you shortly.
Unified World Heavyweight title continues as the King and champion Jerry Lawler defending against Double J Jeff Jarrett, as Lawler takes Jarrett straight up in the air and then dumps him hard on the back. Goes for a cover 1 and 2, and Jeff kicks his way out of it.
Both these guys going at each other here today with a unified world title at stake. Head into the turnbuckle. Lawler fires Jarrett in there.
Jerry is even better than he was before we took time out for that break, because after a lecture about using the fist, he and Jeff tangled back up again, and Lawler drew back that right hand, was getting ready to pound Jarrett in the corner with it. The referee grabbed the arm, and when he did, Jeff fired out with a right and nailed Lawler right then and there, and that really made Lawler hot.
Lawler waiting. Jeff Jarrett still down on one knee, asking the referee to keep him back. Jarrett now back up on his feet, but hanging close to the corner. Now he's out of there. Lawler going after him. Go, Jerry, go, says the crowd.
While the crowd is split to some degree, I would think it sounds that way that predominantly there are Lawler fans in the studio today.
Yeah, we've heard both Go Jeff Go and Go Jerry Go during this match.
The whip. And Jarrett steps out and really met Lawler coming straight in. Nailed him with that right hand. Now stands him on his ear. Goes for the cover. Hooked the leg. But he didn't quite get it hooked, and Lawler was able to kick out of it and broke the count at 2.
Both wrestlers with a 2 count here in the last couple of minutes, but neither able to put the finishing touches on the very difficult count of 3. We've heard wrestlers discuss before. Lawler has explained it as well as anyone that, yeah, I know I've got a 3 count, so I may let the 2 count fall. All I know I got to do is have that shoulder up before number 3 hits the mat. The 3 count is a tough one.
Jarrett manhandling Lawler over into the corner, ripping with the right hand, and the referee starting a count on Jeff as he continues to blast away on the champion with that right, and he snaps the strap down at Tom. And look at Jeff. He pulls all of his straps down, Dave.
He came in, gonna fire a right fist. Lawler blocked him and nailed him with 3 right hands. And Jeff Jarrett is out of the ring. Walking around the ring, down on the floor, the King, Jerry Lawler, standing in the middle of the ring. Lawler, the champion, defending the belt. Double J Jeff Jarrett, trying to take it away from him, trying to regain the belt that he had to give up because of an injury.
And Jeff, nursing that mouth where he was blasted by the King, slips under the rope, breaks the count. And Lawler said, "You want some more of the fist?" Jeff Jarrett back up, squares off, ties it up. Standing side headlock, Lawler with a right hand cocked. Pow! And he unloaded it. Jarrett staggering now. The referee getting on Lawler about the use of it. And as he said, one more, Jarrett find a foot out. And now throwing Jeff across the ring, straight into referee Frank Morrell. Lawler is covered.
Lawler's yelling for Frank, but you can see Frank is down on the floor, so now Lawler's going to come out here. help him into the ring. That's going to be... Now, Frank's in position. What is this? Tony Falk has nailed Lawler from behind.
Had a
Where did
chain.
he come from? Did he have a chain?
Came out of the back, had a chain in his hand, and while Lawler was down on the floor, helping the referee back in so he could get a count, he was pounded with that chain by Tony Falk. And the referee starting to count. He's up to the count of 6. Lawler just counted outside the ring. There's the count of 9, and Lawler rolls underneath to break it. Whoa! Just about counted out as Jeff Jarrett on top. 1, 2, and Lawler kicks out again.
Frank Morrell still doesn't appear to be in very good shape from being hammered out onto the floor, knocked out of the ring. Jeff Jarrett trying for the sunset. 1, 2, only a 2 count as Lawler gets the shoulder up off the mat. Jarrett goes after him again, whips him into the rope. Set. Lawler comes up with an uppercut. The right hand takes Jarrett off his feet. Lawler trying to regain control. Boom with a right hand. That's one way he can do it.
Lawler has dodged 2 bullets, one of them when Tony Falk blasted him outside, put him down, and he just barely got back in right at the 9 count. Then Jeff wisely immediately covered him up, and the referee got to the 2 count, and Lawler was able to get the shoulder up and kick out of it. Now Lawler sails off, drops the right down on Jarrett. He's got him covered, and
Well, look at what's wrong with Frank.
Frank Morrell didn't come in for the count as he is holding his chest, and Lawler hops up off of Jarrett, and yeah, we better have somebody come out of here and look. Jarrett slipped in behind Lawler. The referee jumped up and 1, 2, 3. And we have a new unified world heavyweight champion. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, gets the count, and Lawler is stunned, Dave.
I am too. I'm not sure exactly what I just saw here. I saw Frank Morrell, who appeared to be in incredible distress, holding onto his chest. He's pointing at it right now. Lawler is saying what happened, but he couldn't count when Lawler had Jeff pinned, but then all of a sudden, Jeff has Lawler pinned, and Frank is able to get over there and make the count without any trouble. I was concerned about Frank's situation, the way he grabbed that chest.
Because he had gotten bumped just a little bit earlier.
But he's on his feet, walking out of here under his own power. That's a good sign right there. But the ending of the match, man, I don't know.
But he leaped from the side of the ring where he was holding his chest over when Jeff had Lawler down, and he smacked out a 1, 2, 3, and we...